Official team.
Oh, you switched it up. I love what you did with that, tying the knot in the back.
Oh, well, just trying to make it a little bit more flattering. It's a great Monday. We got a great win last night, and it's going to be a great week ahead in the weather department as well. So let's take a look at those conditions. It is going to feel different than last week, though. The weather this week is going to be warmer. Yeah. We're going to have to put away the sweaters and the jackets and the warm boots and bring out the flip-flops again. Satellite and radar is showing a system up to our north. That one is increasing some high cloud cover in our direction. We're not going to get any rain from it, and thankfully no winds. We had enough of that last week and over the weekend. Much calmer conditions, no watches and warnings, but what you will notice throughout the day is some high passing clouds because of that system up to our north. Here we are looking at the city where temperatures this morning are in the 50s because our skies are mostly clear. Now, as we head into the afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in the 70s, even 80s for the valleys, the IE, and the deserts and the mountains. Temperatures there will be nice and fall-like in the 60s. Now, just ahead, this warming trend is going to keep going. In fact, there's a day out of the week when we could hit the 90s. I'll be back to tell you when that's going to happen. Right now, let's check the drive. What's going on, Robin?
Oh, it's backing up on the 134 Belen. We're checking in on this crash here, still active in Glendale. It's the westbound side of the 134, right around Glendale Avenue. It's in the left lane, and if you look closer, you can see it backing up toward the 2. So this is part of your morning drive. Be sure to get out there early because the backup is growing. The 210 still looks really good. 21 minutes for that trip here to make it from Glendora off to the 134 with no problems. Looking good on the 5 South, Valencia to East LA. The 14 is picking up. We're at 42 minutes right now to make it from Palmdale off to the Newhall Pass, and no problems for the 405. You're good to go. 23 minutes for the trip. And we still have a couple of accidents wrapping up on the 110 and the 60. We'll check that out coming up in a little bit. Michelle, back to you.
Hey.
Let's just ignore the other 3 things over there.
Halloween. You just want to get to, Look, I know you don't want to get, talk about Christmas before we get through all these other holidays. But the way I see it is that it's a great reminder that it's coming up. So we have to start putting those Christmas lists together, the addresses, the family pictures.
Adrian's a one day at a time kind of guy.
In the moment.
In the moment.
We're in the moment, but we also have to think ahead.
I agree.
Yes, but there's always a but. Hi, everybody. Good morning. We are looking ahead to these holidays, 10 days away from Halloween, 12 days away from the end of daylight saving time, Thanksgiving 38 days away, and Christmas 65 days away. Isn't quite going to feel like fall today. We've got a pattern change. Temperatures for the rest of the week are expected to be above normal. Highs in the 70s at the coast, 80s and 90s inland, and right now the warmest days are looking like Tuesday and Wednesday. So let's take a look at the temperatures for today. In the deserts, you're going to have highs in the 80s. And I'm happy to report that the winds have calmed down. No watches or warnings are going to be in effect. 60s for our friends in the mountains. In the Inland Empire, temperatures for you are going to be in the mid-80s. We will have some passing high clouds because of a system up to our north, but thankfully it's not going to kick up the winds anymore. I'd really like to see some rain in our forecast, but that's not in the cards either. So if you have any plans outdoors, then you don't need to worry about that. Temperatures in Orange County are going to be in the low 80s inland, 70s for coastal locations. Ventura County will have 70s near the coast, 80s inland, and look at the San Fernando Valley. Northridge. You're going to be flirting with 90 degrees. Santa Clarita, 87. Hydrate, stay cool. And here's your day in LA. Let's make it a great one. We're going to have temperatures in the low to mid 80s near the foothills. We'll have low 80s in Los Angeles. Same goes for the LBC, and 70s at the coast. So temperatures running above normal for this time of year. I want to show you what's happening with our drought situation, because at the beginning of the year, we didn't have any drought. No, things were looking great. We just got off of a very wet winter. But today, things look very different. We haven't seen much moisture across the state, and now we're starting to notice some abnormally dry conditions across California. Now, unfortunately, as we check out our weather over the next few days, yes, that system that brought us the winds is moving away, but what else is happening? We have high pressure that's moving into Southern California. That's going to create a ridge in the jet stream, so that means more warm and dry weather in our forecast. In fact, take a look at the temperature trend for our friends in Van Nuys, where you are already warm today, 87. It's going to heat up even more on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, later this week, the temperatures slightly come down, but they're still above normal. It's not really until Sunday when the weather starts to cool down. We'll have 83 at that point. So for the next few days, if you do have any outdoor plans, and make sure you take those precautions to keep yourself safe and hydrated. Here's your 7-day forecast. We've got low 80s through Wednesday. At the end of the week, the temperatures come down to the 70s. At the coast, temperatures in the upper 70s. At the end of the week, low 70s. Now, at the end of the week, we will have the marine layers start to build, especially for our friends at the coast with low clouds and fog. But today, mix of sun and clouds, the valleys and inland empire, mid 80s tomorrow, a touch warmer than 90s on Wednesday. That is looking like our warmest day. At the end of the week, a slight cool down, but notice how the weather remains dry. For our friends in the deserts, we've got numbers in the 80s. Thankfully, the winds are in check. It does get a little warmer through the middle of the week. You've been enjoying a cool down in the low desert. High today of 91, but by the middle of the week, the temperatures come close to 100 degrees again. Ay, ay, ay. Finally, in the mountains, enjoy 60s. Today, tomorrow, temperatures rise into the 70s on Wednesday and Thursday. That's your forecast. Here's traffic with Robin.
Thank you, Belen. Street Vision delivering lots of good news this morning. We're heading back to the 110. Earlier, we checked your southbound drive. This time around, we're looking at northbound traffic leaving South LA, heading toward downtown LA. He's just north of the 105 split. So from there, continuing toward downtown up to the 10 split, it's looking great. Earlier in the 4 o'clock hour, we had about 3 crashes in the south and in the northbound direction of the 110. Those issues are out of the way, and now we're back to normal traffic. The 105 looks good too. 25 minutes, yes, that number's on the rise, but no big problems between the 605 split and LAX. You're looking good on the 55. Orange to Tustin, the 5, Anaheim to Irvine filling in. We're at 20 minutes for the drive there. And no problems here for Westminster heading out to Irvine, a quick 19-minute trip. We've been talking about the Dodgers game that's happening on Friday, the World Series, Game 1. We're super excited about that. But we just want to give you a heads up that it's going to be busy because this is not the only big event that we have happening in town. So we still don't know the exact time. We'll keep you posted, but we're thinking ahead to Friday, helping you plan out your drive, and just know that around Dodger Stadium, it's going to be busy. The 10, the 110, the 60, the 5 will feel that pressure. And then at 7 o'clock, we have a Lakers game. Keep that in mind. This is going to bring a lot of pressure into downtown around Crypto.com, Figueroa, Pico, the 10, the 110, not too far from that stretch over at LA Memorial Coliseum. Football. This is all happening around the same time. This USC game, 8 o'clock. So Vermont, MLK, Exposition, the 110, Figueroa, all going to be busy. We have more events to talk about, but plan ahead. Consider a rideshare service, consider carpooling, or getting out of the area if you are not attending these events. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Rob.